Hello, everyone. Don't give him the side eye.
Today
Welcome
it's his turn.
to another episode of Hello Tanzania. I am your host, Lucinda. I'm here with
Joanne.
And of course, today we have another really fun guest with us. We are not going to introduce you. We need you to tell us who you are, and then we are going to dive into our session after that. Karibu.
Asante sana, guys. Thanks for having me. My name is Gilbert Ginono. So I'm Tanzanian, but I grew up most of my life in other countries.
Yeah.
Came back around COVID-19, certainly not the best time to come and start life in a new location, but it's just been an amazing couple of years. And yeah.
Okay, so you say you've grown up outside most of your life. Where did you grow up?
So started off in Botswana.
Yeah.
Did my nursery, primary school, part of secondary, and then went to South Africa. Finished my secondary education, then moved to East Asia for my university.
Yeah.
Taught English at South Korea, then came back to Tanzania.
Oh, you've been a teacher. You've lived.
Oh, yeah. No, but that was like a teacher who's trying to sort out their own tuition fee issues.
It doesn't matter.
In another country.
The reasons
just
don't
like
matter.
a few months of being a teacher, yeah.
No, it doesn't matter.
And
You've
being a
lived.
teacher is not easy, let me
It
tell
is
you.
a calling, man. There's a certain level of patience you need. All right. So you say you moved back in 2019 around.
Yeah, around COVID-19. So I came back to consider the possibility of being a doctor in Tanzania.
Okay.
So I went through different regions, visited family, touched base with various institutions, some which were connected with my parents. And I discovered that, medicine is just not for me
Hold up.
anymore.
So you're actually a doctor?
Yeah. I studied medicine, but I chose not to further pursue my studies in that area. So I didn't do my internship. I didn't do my graduation or any of those. I had my bachelor's already. I used that to take a master's in another direction. So I definitely just changed courses from medicine.
Yeah, you
to
moved into
something else.
PR and
Marketing, yeah.
What caused the shift?
What?
What caused the shift? Like, what made you
So,
realize that
yeah.
medicine wasn't for you?
My expectations, first of all, when I came back to Tanzania, I was expecting that the top careers, the ones that everybody's parents are like, I want my child to do that or be that, engineering, lawyer, all that. I was expecting those to be high paying, respectable opportunities, especially medicine, because all those years.
Yeah. And I mean, we live in Africa, we should be in high demand of doctors.
Yeah. I mean, so I've lived in Botswana, right? In Botswana, the pay is not that exciting still, but they give you housing and they give you, you get access to cars. It can be at a loan, but it's zero interest because they know that they want you to have access to the patient at any time if there's an emergency.
Yeah.
But here, you're just
You
like
on your
anybody.
own.
Not much incentive.
There isn't that return on investment, because it's not just about the tuition fees, it's about the time you spend all those years. An entrepreneur in Kariako can make it very far within 5.5 years of studying in Tanzania, or 8 years of studying in American system, which is the system I studied in. So I was like, nah, I gotta change course, and no regrets.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That sounds like something that I did, but I didn't go through the entire science path.
Yeah.
Because I did sciences in high school and, I was very well poised to continue that.
Yeah.
And for the longest time, my dad did not understand. I did applied statistics and sciences. He didn't understand how I shifted from that to this.
Yeah.
And for the longest time, he'd be like, when people ask him, what does your child do? He'll be like, something with the citizen there in Tanzania. Like...
Am I the only one who actually loved what I did from the very start? Like,
what did you do?
When I did journalism and public relations. So
I don't think it's that we didn't love it. I actually love sciences.
Yeah.
I love science. It was some of my best performing subjects. It's just
It just didn't make you
I
feel
liked
alive.
storytelling a lot better.
Yeah.
I liked storytelling a lot better. Yeah. So you pursued a master's here in Tanzania.
Yeah, so I went for an MBA focused on marketing, of course. So for me, that was one way of saying, let me attend classes. So I chose evening classes specifically because I was like, here I can meet up with Tanzanians. I can meet up with people from different work backgrounds and industries,
Right.
make friends with them, and pursue the course together. And that way, I can build my network because I haven't been in the country since I was a baby practically. So you want to develop that network because that's really your net worth in terms of career and growth and opportunities. Yeah. So
I am curious about what the intake into studying was like, because I know back then, I think now it's a little bit easier, but back then the process of getting your certificates evaluated, getting accepted in a local university as a Tanzanian coming back is a little difficult. They make you jump through unnecessary hoops. What was that like for you?
Yeah. So okay, so for me it was a bit different. When before leaving SA to go do my university, I first came to Tanzania because my dad really wanted me to do my university here and just enter into the system immediately. But South Africa is grade 12. There's no grade 13. This side they're gonna ask for that. So you have to go to NECTA. You have to go to I don't know what.
Do some
It's a
kind of
very long
certification.
process.
Yeah, it is a process. I know that. Yeah.
But coming from university, it was much easier. I just delivered my degree certificates to TCU, Tanzania Commission for Universities, and then went to the university after that, supplied what they needed, and they did some form of, should I say equivalence or...
like vetting.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. And then I was qualified. I started my MBA, so it was as simple as that.
That was quite easy. Oh.
Yeah.
That was quite easy. I like that for you because I've heard of people who have had to do quite a lot just to get this entire process done with. Okay, so then you did this, you finished when?
This was so I started this in 2020 and I was done by 2022. Yeah.
At the time, were you working?
Oh no, I was struggling, man. I was looking for a job at the time.
I love the honesty.
Yeah. I was looking for a job at the time. My parents were kind enough to take care of everything because what they'd done is that they told me, listen, if you still want to go and pursue a graduate program and continue with, medicine, you can still go back because, we had already planned out to take care of all that,
Yeah.
But what I did is I took the money and then I chose not to go. I told them, listen, I'm going to start off in Tanzania a different career because I think that's where I see a future. So I was very focused at the time. So I took my MBA. I was networking with people within the class. And I finally got an idea of what I can actually do and focus on. And, it helped me get a job within a year of being in the country. And this was slightly out of the COVID times. So it was, what was an initial struggle was just made a way to a very nice breakthrough.
I really love that your parents sound so supportive,
Yeah.
I mean, they sound supportive because, if my kid came and was like, Mommy, I don't want to be a doctor anymore, I'd be like,
that was going to be my next question. They do sound supportive, but was it that easy?
I think a lot of responsibility lies on the child as well. You have to have proven your parents' trust to be true,
I think I understand.
In many
what
instances,
you mean.
Calling us out.
No, I think.
Let's see why you're feeling triggered.
We like to say respect is earned. We like to say that to people. But I think the same applies to us. If we earn it from our caretakers, you never know.
So they were like, this boy is serious. Let's hear him out.
All right. So now, as you were planning to come back after uni, what were you expecting to find?
So just like that, I was expecting at first to find that, it will be a way into a lucrative career. You know, I was expecting people would be more accepting, less intimidated.
Talked about this, yeah.
There are certain things which are quite similar with other countries, you know, so I wouldn't really mention them. For instance, you go to a place where you can negotiate the price, but no matter how much you try to speak the right Swahili,
There's
you
not
know, your
much.
history just catches up with you.
True.
And they either think you're Kenyan or you're simply
I
not
hate
Tanzanian.
that so much. The assumption of being Kenyan, it's the worst, right?
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, oh, I'm Tanzanian, I promise.
Yeah. So then you can't negotiate anymore because they're like, yeah, you're from outside, man. You
Yeah.
got money, you know. And
We know you got it.
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. You know,
yeah,
and
I get that.
even in the workspace, they can say something like during, let's say, a lunch break or during those gaps of time when people are just being social. They can say something in Swahili. And then you're like, I don't understand that. What does it mean? Alafu hujui ina maana gani?
And it's like,
You know, so yeah. So they look at you like, nah, he's pretending and all that. But
All right. What about in the social scene? You seem like a social person.
I try.
How introverted or extroverted are you?
I
On a
think
scale
I'm in
of
the
1 to
middle.
10.
Or what do they call them? Ambivert? or
The
something?
ambivert.
Yeah,
That's not a
something.
thing. I know we like to make it a thing, but it's not a thing.
Yeah.
Pick a side.
No, so
gun to your head.
So I would say I'm now extrovert, you know, because I'm in the media space and my work entirely depends on publicity, meeting with people and all that, you know, even how you invest yourself in, let me not say building a personal brand, but just making sure that you're out there enough for the right person to say, I want to work with this person. So you choose a disposition that allows you to thrive in the right environment. Yeah.
That was
Okay.
such a political answer.
I know. It is such a PR response, man.
man.
He's PRing us.
That's what I was like.
We're trying to read through you, man.
But it's like that though. I'm saying that because I know I was super introvert during my upbringing.
Yeah,
you know, until
So you broke out of your little shell.
I had to
But
break
like,
out of
okay.
that, you know.
What was your biggest culture shock? I think that's the question I should ask. What was your biggest culture shock when you got here?
Yeah, the
With
weddings.
all the expectations, what was the biggest culture shock you got?
Oh, the weddings.
The wedding.
Weddings. People spend. Yo, like
And the weddings don't just happen for one day. It's a whole week, by the way. It's a
the
whole
Thursday,
week
you
event.
know. So like there is the ladies send off, right?
Yeah.
Forget about the parties before that or after, and then there's the wedding itself. But then the wedding is divided into two. You know, there is the church reception.
Yeah.
It's like wow.
And then after party.
Why was that a
After
shocker to
party,
you, though?
huh?
Why was that a shocker to you?
It was shocking because you don't expect a place that says we struggle with resources to be the one that is
The
willing
most
to consume
lavish.
all the resources in
I mean,
a
you
couple
only
of
get
days.
married once, God
Exactly.
willing, you know, for most of us, hopefully. I mean, it's not the same for everyone, but like,
I
you
mean,
know, it's like
this is
your
why
firstborn.
we do the michango and whatnot, right?
Oh man, and that's just another thing.
Yeah, that you
The
do.
michangos, because okay, now a logical person, not from Tanzania, okay, there's Tanzanian logic and then there's another logic, okay.
Yes.
So the other logic dictates that if you don't have the money, stay
Don't
within your
get
budget
married.
and just no, you can get married.
Go
but
to the
just stay
courthouse.
within your budget.
Let me ask.
Yeah.
What would you do?
Yeah.
Would you have a lavish wedding, or how do you see your wedding going?
Ooh, not the sip of coffee.
If she's watching this, maybe she might not. You know, and I don't know. I think what I would do for me, an ideal wedding is something for the lady, but it has to be one. It has to be one event day. It has to, because it is the woman that grows up having this whole dream about what she wants, you know, her wedding day to look like. So you can't take that away from her. What I would expect is that let it just be just one day. Let's do one day. No send-offs, not this, not that. Let's do one day.
One day.
Enjoy it all. and then let's
That's a
move
cultural
Why
thing
do I
as
feel like
well.
that wedding would start at 4 a.m. in the morning?
That's a cultural thing in Tanzania now.
Yeah, I mean, it's a cultural thing. It's just a shock because there are certain things that you feel like the whole way growing up, not just in different cultures that you've been in, but by the logic of how things work, you expect that this should be simple and straightforward. And, if
But Gilbert, if
Yeah.
we're talking about wedding culture, I'm trying to figure out which African culture only has one wedding. You grew up in Botswana.
Even Northern Africans
grew up
have
in South Africa.
have like 5-day weddings.
You've been
also.
to Asia. They do not have one wedding. They have a series of events.
in South Africa, they could do one traditional wedding event, beautiful pictures, with all the,
Which
and,
culture?
and then they're done, huh?
And
'Cause
then they have the
in South
Western
Africa-
culture.
No,
as
no,
well.
no.
They
In
have
South
the white
Africa,
dress one.
they do have like the family events. The lobola alone is a ceremony. They do come dancing in the streets. Then you have to give money there until the gates are open for you.
Yeah.
But they're dancing across the streets.
Yes.
That's
Yeah,
just
certain
lobola.
cultures do that. Yeah,
That's just
yeah,
lobola in the
yeah,
Zulu
yeah.
culture. Then there's the ceremony, I forgot what it's called, for the girl. It's done in the mountains there where they're dressed in like their
beads and
regal
stuff.
culture in their villages, and it's really pretty, but she goes like, proper Zulu culture with nothing on her chest and the little skirts, and they have like a series of events. So I'm trying to figure out which culture in Africa.
So
I don't know, maybe I don't know
let's
them
take a
all.
close one
Before
for
he
that.
figures this out, I just want to go back to what you said earlier about how weddings are mostly women like oriented, like it's mostly for. So do men not grow up thinking about how they want their weddings
No,
to
they
be
don't.
like?
No.
Really? That's so weird.
They really don't. Like
Like,
even
they
I
really
can
don't
answer that
care?
honestly. I don't know a single man.
Who's sat down and be
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
None of my guy friends
yeah.
think of their wedding.
Wow. So it's just one of those things where they'll wake up one day where
They probably don't even know where their suits are coming from. Some of them.
Yeah, we just want to be married to you. That's all.
Damn. That makes me want to spend every single cent of my future husband's money on a
That's the
big
whole
ass
point.
wedding, you know?
That's the whole point. So it's
Yeah.
more of give me money,
Yeah.
just show up
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
suit that I bought for you.
Make sure you look good. Get a haircut.
So back to my question, like culturally,
Yeah, so let's take the closest people of for example, the Kenyans. In most cases, or at least in the modern day, I don't know about their past, but they don't do all this changisha thing, then get a
Yes.
big, expensive ukumbi. And,
I mean, kuchangisha, that's definitely a Tanzanian thing. I don't know
Yeah.
other cultures that do that as well.
Yeah.
But in terms of like having different ceremonies, that is a very African
But is
thing.
the kuchangishaing thing, isn't it almost like a registry, like a baby
No,
registry?
it's
in a way?
not. Because kuchangisha, you're giving money
Yeah.
towards the wedding.
Yeah.
I've sat in wedding committees and everybody's held accountable. Like you pledge, I'm going to give 50K. And nowadays, I don't even think they do the 50K anymore. 50K is like for one person. So you give mchango for like 2 people. So that's like 100. And that's like the basic weddings. Other weddings, I remember this friend of mine, I gave her mchango for 80K. And she's like, babe, mchango for single person is 150.
Excuse-moi, give me back my 80K then. You know? Like,
So
Yeah.
that's how, and people are held accountable. So even when you're pulled into the wedding planning committee, you have to pledge something.
and this is where unnecessary beefs come from in family. Like, what if that day I didn't have one?
Beef, entitlement, because I
Yeah.
feel like people do this such that
Entitlement, yeah.
when I'm getting married,
Yeah.
then you have no choice but to
Help
give
me
a
get
contribution for my wedding, So I do get that the contribution thing is really a culture shock. And even in Namibia, like some of my friends, when they got married and we did the whole contribution thing, the Namibians were like, what for?
Yeah.
You're marrying, you should be better prepared. And I'm like, I get
so
that.
true.
I
There you
vibe
go,
with
there you go,
that.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
I totally stand behind that. Why do you want to marry somebody if you're not financially able to cater to the
Even
wedding?
me
Yeah,
personally, when the time comes for me to get married, I would not want to have a wedding. Like I would rather have a very, very stunning wedding dress than a big wedding that you know.
yeah.
Yeah, like I would rather my dress speaks volumes rather than
feel like-
inviting aunties I've never even met before. You know, and like
There's a lot of us now who are like, I would spend on the wedding dress, I would spend on maybe the rings, and maybe the bouquet of flowers.
yeah, and small space. I
And
just
everything
want,
else we can do in my backyard.
Exactly, exactly. We can do it in my
We
backyard.
can literally do a setup in my backyard.
yeah.
You know, and I want like 50 people.
Yeah.
But now
And a
we do
nice
have
cake.
African moms. Like every time I
Hey, me, my
say
African
to my mom, I want
told
like
her.
50 people, she's like, yeah, tutaona.
I'm like, is that a threat?
I
Or-
participated.
It is a threat.
Yeah.
It's a threat.
It's a very clear threat from my mom. Like she has friends in Botswana, she has friends in Namibia.
And you're the firstborn.
In, oh no, me, I tell her you have 3 other children. Bank on them.
Me, I've already laid out my plans.
out.
Yeah. Yeah, for
If you
sure.
push, I'm eloping.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
As long as you know this is the man.
The other thing is this. Okay, maybe I should pose this as a question. Why is it that a traditional wedding here is not given the respect and the validity of the white
White
wedding.
wedding.
After that?
Let me tell you something to answer your question.
You look prepared.
I'll give you an example of things that I've seen in conversations that I've had. We copy without understanding the significance of a white wedding, right?
Okay.
We copy things like going down on one knee to propose, the white dress, what it means, what the tux symbolizes, what the veil symbolizes. All of these things are very Western cultures that we copy without fully understanding what they represent, right?
Yeah.
There was a time something happened at church where they were doing the official church announcements and the guy went down on one knee to propose, right? And later on in the group, the youth group, there was like a whole debate about how it's not right for the man to go down on one knee. It's not right because it's like, you know, you're begging the woman, you know. People have some crazy theories. You know, if you kneel in
Like,
front
what
of a
the heck?
woman, she's not going to respect you. I'm like, so I'm reading all these messages and I'm thinking, these are exposed young people. These are potential husbands and wives.
Yeah.
And this is the thinking. So I remember as this conversation was going on, my question, I actually asked one particular person because of the way they were commenting. I was like, you say that we're copying the going down on one knee from Western culture, but what about the white dress?
What about the ring?
Because we don't get married. Traditionally, we don't get married in white dresses. Either the kangas or the reed skirts, but we don't get married in white dresses.
The veil, walking
We
down
don't
the
get married with the
aisle.
veil, yashela, the see-through mesh material. We get married tumefunikwa na kanga.
Yeah.
We don't do, men don't do their tux. They have their cultural outfits, the little knob carry stick, you know, the little pouches and all of that. That's what men carry to traditional weddings. So we've copied the wedding dresses, we've copied the tux, we've copied the veil, we've copied the big venue with the catering and the cocktails and everything. All of that is copied.
Yep.
But none of that is cultural.
Yeah.
So why do you want to pick and, you know, match what works for you, and then what doesn't align with your misogyny?
Yeah.
You want to put aside. No, because that's misogyny, honestly.
Yeah.
The woman must kneel. You're the one saying, will you marry me? And you want me to kneel down and say, yes, sir.
How
We
about
shall
no
all
one
stand.
kneels?
You know, I'm like, exactly. I'm like,
no one
stand
kneels.
up
Nico,
like
Mama,
this.
we just look at each other.
You know, actually, that's so funny because my cousin recently proposed to his girlfriend, I guess.
Fiancé
now. And he didn't
And even the term
kneel.
fiancé is not mchumba.
He didn't kneel?
He didn't kneel.
That's
Did
nice.
she kneel?
No one knelt. Like, no one knelt. And I was like, am I the only one?
I mean, that's okay. That's okay. I feel like, yeah. So now when we talk about really this culture, this is how we do things, we are misappropriating. And then we call white people off for doing cornrows.
Child.
Double standards.
Ooh, not us.
There are double standards.
Now you're going to start a conversation. On the
There
phone.
are double standards. But I think
But
at the end of the
that's
day,
true.
I think at the end of the day, it says a lot about our own cultural perceptions
And acceptance of our own culture.
And remember,
Exactly.
our culture as days go by is getting more and more diluted, like more and more. Like our grandchildren are definitely not going to be doing what you said about going to the mountains and dancing in their traditional wear or whatever. They're probably going to be the generations that are going to be having one-day weddings,
Yeah.
So slowly
There's
it's fading.
I might be digressing a little, but still on the topic of culture. There's back then they used to do this, like when a girl starts her first menses. Culturally, some cultures in Tanzania, they would take the girl, put her in a room for a certain period of time. She's taught a lot of stuff, right?
Yeah.
And my parents did that for me and my sisters. And I remember when I came and like we're talking about this with some friends in Tanzania, like people who actually grew up here are shocked. Like, your parents did that? How? Why? You were kept locked in for how long? I'm like, in retrospect, it was kind of nice,
Yeah, it was necessary.
And my mom, she tried to like go all out, because she had like the time where she had my best friend in with me.
Yeah.
my friend is Kenyan. They don't have that culture.
Yeah.
So she put us both in. We were taught stuff with the different aunties. And then on the day we came out, our dads took us. So we went to this David Livingstone National Park in Botswana.
Yeah.
Did a little braai, and then the dads were talking to us, and we got like a bunch of gifts, and it's nice, but it's a culture that is so old that people these days don't even know about it.
Yeah.
Yet we say, oh, this is our culture. What about our culture? Like, we pick
And choose
what we want to recognize as culture,
culture,
and then everything else we misappropriate.
So then does that change your mind again on the whole 1 week wedding aspect of everything now that we've kind of
No. I still think that if there was, if we were to do things according to culture, right? First of all, there's the lobola thing or bride price, right? That's already very cultural, That goes way back to the Middle East. They don't do that in the Western world.
Yeah.
So that's already cultural. Then the next thing
Kitchen party.
should not be a whole elevation to a white wedding.
Kitchen party.
We just start off traditionally, then boom, white wedding.
If you're gonna go traditional, why not go full traditional? Have that, and whatever tribe she's from and whatever tribe you're from, wear those clothes. Have a proper ceremony with family and friends there. If you're religious, you can have your mchungaji there, and then have things sorted out legally at court, and you're done. But apparently, we don't really know our cultures here. That's what I came to discover. I tried to look at my tribe, looking at what our traditional clothes. It was hard to find. It was very, very hard to find. We have a picture of my grandmother from my dad's side on the wall in one of our locations, and she had these rings, like many rings, on her neck and also on her hands, and there was this robe-like thing that she was wearing. I was like, okay, yeah, that's more cultural.
Yeah.
But here in Tanzania, generally, when we say traditional cultural, like let's say
We think vitenge
or the Maasai thing,
Yeah.
it's either of those two.
Yeah.
What tribe are you from, out of curiosity?
I'm Korea, like you. I know. So, but we tend to respect more outside cultures. We love the Rwandese thingy and all that. So
Like Tanzanians, come on now. We need to get back
I feel like
our
you've also
roots.
touched a bit on the social culture shocks that you shared with me the other day.
yeah,
On respecting the Western culture, foreign culture.
yeah.
You also mentioned something. I know this will be
Yeah.
you'll be ruffling people's feathers, but it needs to be said.
Ruffle them, girl.
Ruffle feathers. He says we aren't proudly Tanzanian.
It's true, though.
We love Kenya, Rwanda, and anything Western.
Exactly.
I
I
would
remember
say
reading
that's
this and I'm like,
true.
oh my God, yes.
But I think this also stems from when we were teenagers. if that makes sense, or from an early age when we started going on Snapchat or going on Instagram and stuff. It's not, or people who even have grown up in the diaspora who used to go to high school with a bunch of different people. If you say you're Tanzanian, they'll be like, ugh, where is that even? Like, or you say, oh, I speak Swahili, they'll be like, oh, no. So I think it all started from that kind of mentality. And now that we're older, I think low-key we're trying to get back to our roots, but subconsciously we still have that. And that's why you get people who, for example, will go to the States for just 1 week and then out of nowhere they're starting to speak in an American accent.
Someone like that.
You know?
I know someone like that. I rolled my eyes
So I'm just
so
there like,
hard.
bruh,
I was like, it's only been a month.
It's
Like, come on.
yeah, like
It's not that deep, man.
it's really
It's
not
like,
that.
yeah.
I swear, like every time this person opened their mouth to speak, my eyes went all the way to the back of my head because I'm like,
Bruh, I've known you all
What?
my life, and this is
I haven't
not
even
is
known
not
this
you.
person all my
Yeah.
life, but I've known them long enough to know
that's ain't
Yeah.
you.
they barely had like really good fluent English when they went for that 1 month.
Yeah.
And they came back and they're rolling their tongue in all the wrong places.
Yeah.
And
It's cringe.
have you guys heard about the whole I wouldn't say war, but like disagreements that are going on between Black Americans and Africans at the moment
that's as
online?
old as time.
Yeah, so I think also maybe that kind of plays in it, because at some point Africans really did try to impress Black Americans and be like, hey, we're just like you guys. But now we're just there like, we're African and you guys are just there. And whatever.
I am curious though, back to your comment. Why do you think that is so?
Yeah.
A lot of reasons, first of all, coming back to before coming back, when somebody asks you where are you from and you say Tanzania. Now if you speak English the way I do, someone will say okay, so is that somewhere in California? Like, no, no, like that's in Africa, And then
It's
long story
true.
short, you have to start from the people that run, Kenyans, or you have to start from South Africa and then you go up. And then you're like, yeah, so that's where Tanzania
That's
is.
so
Crappy.
true, because I
Yeah.
once told someone, oh yeah, I'm from Tanzania. And they're like, oh, you're from Tasmania? And I'm
Oh
like,
yeah, there's that too.
Tanzania, not
Yeah, yeah.
Tasmania.
Now
And
the
I'm
thing
just
about
like,
that,
what?
the thing about that is that you may think that it is because we're just not known out there. Like, when was the last time you heard something about Chad or I don't know? So,
Papua New Guinea or something.
exactly, but it's because honestly we also do not market ourselves out
That's
there
true.
enough. We're just not proud of ourselves. When I came back to Tanzania, whenever I saw someone with those bands with the
The flag.
it's usually Kenyan. Oh, you Kenyan? No, I mean Tanzania.
Yeah.
So why are you wearing the Kenya? Okay, fine. Maybe you have relatives in Kenya, or
you're
you're
half Kenyan or
proudly
something.
neighbor of Kenya. I don't know how that works.
Proudly neighbor of Kenya.
But why don't you have your Tanzanian one? And-
Lucy bullied me into removing mine. I'm just going to expose it right now.
I didn't bully you. I suggested strongly. There's a
strong
difference.
suggestion, eh? but you see, that's just one example for me, at least. That's how I would see things. And then also people don't have so many nice things to say about their own country. There's so many nice things to say about Tanzania, but we just do not capitalize on that. We capitalize so much on the negative.
Negatives.
Our government is this, we are that.
Our roads are horrible.
Yeah, exactly.
There's always traffic, corruption.
But there's a lot of that as well in Kenya. There's a lot of that in Nigeria and South
Exactly.
Africa, the countries that are most overt, and
I feel like if you want to tell someone that you're from Tanzania and they're a bit slow, just be like, do you know Zanzibar?
Or Serengeti.
Or the Serengeti? That's where you start from.
Yeah, you
Zanzibar
could
has
have a
that
conversation.
such
You
I think
a
shouldn't.
good
Which you shouldn't.
Yeah.
Tanzania should be enough on its own.
on its own, exactly.
Yeah, but,
like Zanzibar is such a small island, but it's managed to market itself so well that it's a worldwide known place now, like a destination.
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty cool.
I do want to know
Do
about your
better,
dating
Tanzania.
experience.
Yeah.
I feel
Oh,
like
boy.
we've held off on this for quite a
I
while.
was hoping you'd forget.
Oh my God, I'm not gonna forget.
I'm ready here.
Your
sitting.
response was very triggering because I'm like, now I want to know.
Oh yeah. So I noticed that in Tanzania there's a chronological mismatch, right? In other countries, especially in Asia, and I think I'm not so sure about Europe, but the United States as well. People are more than ready to settle down, get married within their 20s.
Yeah.
But here in Tanzania, that's more the men. Women, once they're in their 20s, they want to have fun. You finally get to make that money. You finally get to call yourself a superwoman and independent woman, appear on the Citizen, around February, March, that period of the
Why
year.
do I feel like attacked?
And you want to party with your friends. You want to do a lot of things, and you don't want to be locked up with
It's
a
called
guy.
the Roaring 20s for a reason.
The roaring, I like that. I like that. But a man on the other end is like, you know what? I'm tired of all this dating. I'm tired of all this
At
manipulations
20,
and all that.
in their 20s.
Somewhere in the middle, somewhere.
In their 20s. I am yet
Oh, yeah.
to meet a Tanzanian man in their 20s who thinks like that. They have either been coerced into marriage, accidentally knocked somebody up. Very few marry.
Or they've been beat up a lot.
Yeah. Or they just need a caretaker.
A mom.
Yeah, they need a mama. But like marrying because I'm ready to marry and settle down and start a family and be responsible, that's over 30.
So I'll
Yeah.
tell you why I felt like this about the woman here. And what made me so certain about it is when a friend of mine who we don't share backgrounds in any ways, but we spoke and he expressed the same, experience. So he was in Makerere University. This is in Uganda, exactly. And he was a very social person, partying out there with friends and colleagues from Rwanda who were also students there within the country, Ugandans and Kenyans who were also coming there. So the whole East African community was there. And so him and fellow Kenyan friends, male friends, they would date Ugandans, they would date Rwandese, and they would date Kenyan women, but they wouldn't want to invest so much in dating Tanzanian women. And the Tanzanian women students, like, they were complaining that side, why are you guys are only choosing, the other
The foreign women.
and not us, what's wrong? And the guys were like, no, don't get us wrong, you guys are beautiful, you guys are real beautiful, but the problem is this:
I miss my long hair.
for you guys to be for you guys to actually come to accept a guy or to actually date with him, he has to skin himself alive.
No,
he has to
I
go so much
honestly
of
think
process.
it's because
Anything
just to
worth
get
it.
you.
First of all, I saw this meme yesterday that I was just there like, beautiful. It says, I love East African women because they know and they're not shy that they love money too.
I mean,
You
yeah.
know? So, like, if you want to approach an East African woman, you can't come with empty pockets. right?
Tanzanian woman.
And Tanzanian women are like that. First of all, Tanzanian women, my friend was telling me this, the reason that he loves Tanzanian women is because we're so feminine. Does that make sense? Like, we're really feminine culture. We like taking care of ourselves. We like looking good. Even if it's just wearing a dera to go to the shop,
Or just being in the house.
Just being in the house. We're just really girly. So, like, we need a man who's gonna also match that masculine energy to where we can feel safe enough to be like, you know what, I wouldn't mind settling down with this guy. So maybe you guys should also reevaluate
I think-
yourselves.
Let him finish his point because I was also coming.
I think it's something towards that direction.
Yeah.
It takes more time for a Tanzanian woman to actually feel safe enough,
Yeah.
or to actually get to a point of becoming decisive.
Or surrendering,
Exactly,
Yeah.
Because girls from those other nearby countries and even the other countries that I've lived in,
Yeah.
they're quite quick to tell you no or to tell you yes.
Yeah.
And us guys, we're like that.
Yeah.
We like a straightforward nope, so that I can reinvest my time somewhere
Man,
else.
these days are so lazy. What happened to the hunt? What happened to the hunt? What happened to the chase?
Problem is we are hunting on desert ground, and the animals are also evolving.
Running away.
No, because
also.
you're settling for lizards.
Oh, child. And
I don't
lizards
think
are
so.
always going to run away from you, just so you know.
No,
That's all you
mind
find in the desert.
Do you know that economics can change the whole dating landscape?
Yes, of course.
In Japan right now, the reason why the older generation is much bigger than the younger ones. It's not because it's like that in all developed countries. They have a unique case where the men are just not into the idea of marrying and settling down. They just want to get some money.
Yeah.
Me too. Now in locations like this, and like you say, like what's happening to men nowadays, the thing is that we want to get there quicker as men, financially and all that. And we know one thing, that if I know that if I get the right woman, I don't have to be out there looking. I have to be out, but I can be out there looking for money. I can be out there looking for more money though, because I know that I have someone who's there to support me intellectually, emotionally, and all that. But if I'm out there now searching for one girl, or there's one girl who's just uncertain and I have to do so many things.
Yeah, of course, mind games.
The energy and focus, exactly. So we don't do that much anymore. We want to get to a point of success much earlier.
A point of advice then, if you want your success rate to go up much higher, is you have to start off strong from the beginning and keep it that way, consistency, because I find that a lot of guys will love bomb you at the beginning, and they'll shout and they'll make you feel like the only girl in the world, and you're like, And then once you start giving them even an ounce of attention, that's when all of a sudden they start getting laid back and consistent, nonchalant, and that's why maybe it takes Tanzanian girls a little longer.
Yeah, because we're like, how long is this gonna last?
Going to last.
But here's the thing that sucks, though.
Traumatized?
Here's the thing that sucks. I can start strong, and then you do all this. The moment I stop, and I disconnect myself emotionally,
Yes.
then you start coming. Happens almost all the time.
Reverse
The
psychology.
lady now, she starts coming when the fire is already off. And that's terrible. That's terrible, because now you've finally decided to be vulnerable, and you end up getting hurt, or things might work out. Slight chances.
Yeah. Are you a believer in second chances though?
It depends.
Yeah.
Second chances in what? Like in this?
In love connections, I
So
guess.
you've talked about the mismatch. You still haven't talked about like your experience. Is this something you've just observed?
So I've experienced that which I've just told you. But disappointingly, it's easy to get a girl who's not someone you're thinking about a future with, because then you're not looking so much into a lot of things, and you're more laid back and free in some sense. But when you're looking for someone that you want to have a future with, you consider so many things, and that narrows your options down.
Interesting.
Personally, I'm not a casual dater, to be honest. Like, I don't date casually. I just find it to be a waste of time because of like what you said, you can start off hot with somebody and then it dies off.
But why are you in your roaring 20s if you're not going to like?
Because I've dissented men. I don't need men to have fun in my roaring 20s,
But also a man from outside, though, it's a different situation also. I mean, it's a different challenge because there's this, guy who just came from outside and does not tick the way a local would tick, mentally does not respond to situations the same way.
Yeah.
I might want to get to know your parents and you're like, oh, no.
It's too early.
Yeah, it's too soon and all that. And I'm like, no, I'm not playing around. And I might want straight answers in a certain type of situation. And you're just not like that.
I feel like that's not just like a male perspective.
Yeah.
Even for women coming back, you expect that kind of pursuit, right? You expect a man who has his shit in order.
Period.
Right? You are pursuing me. What is it you're after? Make your intentions clear.
Yeah.
Let's
just casual.
Are we working this out for future? Is somebody taking me to the altar, for example, or is this just friends with benefits? What do I need to invest in this situation?
Oh, yeah.
And that's where we find a lot of us coming back, tunapigwa character development.
Development. Character development.
Sorry guys, tunapigwa character development because of that, right?
Yeah. By the way, just a side note: when a girl here in Tanzania mixes her R's and her L's, sometimes you feel like she's gonna mess up every other thing in your life.
Please reverse around, please.
You've gone too far, Gilbert.
It's not the reality. It's not the reality, but you know.
So you're trying to say you've never done it?
Huh?
It happens occasionally. Like it just happened
Did
to
it a
me.
girl like that?
I'm saying you're trying to say that you've never had a slip of the tongue.
Like a tongue twister.
If I have it, it's very rare, and it is a slip of the tongue.
It's
But
just
if
like a
she-
tongue twister moment like this.
rare.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But if she does it all the time, you're like, girl, can you just speak Swahili? You're Tanzanian,
Oh my
speak
God.
Swahili. I love Swahili.
It's all right.
It's your original self. I
safe.
love that because that's what I appreciate.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna digress, Kidogo.
Yeah.
I met a guy. Sorry, guys.
No,
I met a guy, right?
Yeah.
He speaks good Kiswahili, converses very well.
Yeah.
But because he met me, like I told him I can understand you perfectly.
Yeah.
But sometimes I might not be able to
There's a bit
respond
of
to
a
you in
delay.
Kiswahili. So I'm gonna respond in English.
Yeah.
He understands me in English. You don't need to keep speaking to me in English if it's not a language you're comfortable
Exactly,
with.
yeah.
Right? This guy, I think he is just like, I need to keep up with this babe. So
especially after this babe said
he
you
would
don't
speak
have
to me
to.
in English. I swear,
Yeah.
the goosebumps I would get, because I'm just like, that's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Like I don't do that. Just don't do that, man. Just don't do that.
Lucy, did you tell him not to do that? 'Cause-
No, I didn't. But I
can't.
ghosted him.
Yeah, probably
I
something
couldn't.
like that.
I'm sorry. I just couldn't.
And
You
she's
see?
a Capricorn, so she's like a perfectionist. So
It
Oh,
has
man.
nothing. No, but that's the
know
thing.
it
In
was
that
making
moment,
you-
it had nothing to do with
It's
being
just
like a
me.
perfectionist or anything. It's just I've told you that it's okay. You can speak Kiswahili to me. I understand you perfectly.
yeah.
But I'm not always going to respond in Kiswahili because you know. But why are you going out of your way, making yourself uncomfortable?
Yeah. I mean, I'll tell you one thing. I have a sister of mine. She came back to Tanzania from Botswana, did well, entered into the banking sector. She was doing great. A guy approached her. Sure, her English is just amazing. It's probably better than mine. This guy approached her, and he's Tanzanian, lawyer, had his stuff straightened out, and he was like, listen, I like you. The future is I want to marry you, you know? Guess what she said?
What?
Hey, come see my parents. And she's fully Tanzanian, you know, because just like you said, you know, even for the ladies, once they come from outside, they don't want all
They
that.
don't want to
Yeah.
dilly
You know,
dally, yeah.
things change psychologically, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it is with those that are from here, as in like have been here the whole time. It's just a different psychology of operation.
Yeah.
You know, you want to take him left and right to make sure is this serious or not. So
And the
it's,
guys do the same. That's the
yeah.
sad thing.
Yeah.
The guys do the same. I kid
Yeah.
you not. The guys will do the same. Somebody will string you along for years.
Wow.
Years.
Years. Do you understand years? So you're investing years and time into something that somebody already knows is not going to work.
That's messed up.
Lucy, you've dated Tanzanian men before, right?
Yeah, I have.
Would you say they're romantic in a sense? Like, I don't know how to explain romance. Like,
Yeah, romantic.
like
Is he
do they
romantic?
open the doors for you, or like make sure that you're walking on the other side of the street and not the closest one to traffic,
really.
or like
Oh,
just
sounds nice.
Not really.
the fairy tale stuff?
Not really.
Buy you flowers randomly, stuff like that.
The
Last
guys that have bought me flowers randomly were not Tanzanian.
Okay, yeah. So guys, you
Maybe
gotta
Tanzanian men
pull
are
your
intimidated by you. You never
socks
know.
up.
Maybe.
No,
I mean, there
even
is
if,
that.
Then why are you wanting to date me if you're
There
intimidated?
is the
You
intimidation.
wanna humble me.
I think
that's
there
why.
is the intimidation factor.
That's an answer.
There is the intimidation factor, yes, but there's also that mentality of is he going to be able to keep up with it?
Yeah.
And I think having been here long enough now, I also kind of operate on that mindset of, you know, the Tanzanian women. Like, I'm going to put you on a time frame. You will never know that you're on a timer,
But you are.
but I can read
You're
your
in there.
actions. You know, you start off strong. 2 months in, are you still going strong?
That's why for me a key
Because
thing
it's the
is
very small
consistency.
things that when you come back, you observe
Yeah.
and people take for granted,
Yeah, for
right?
sure.
you pursued me. You asked for my number. You asked me on a date and all of that. And then you're telling me, so where do you want to go? Why are you asking me on a date if you don't know where you want to take me?
Bruh. And then if I tell you somewhere that's out
Why
of
are
your
you
price
asking me on a
range,
date if you don't know when you want to go on this date? Like, I've gotten to a point where I'm so glad that my guy friends actually kind of get me. So if they bring a guy my way, they're like, this is how Lucy's brain operates.
Yeah.
So you need to have your shit in order, right? Like, my friend will be like, I miss you. When can I see you? I will leave him on read.
I did that.
But if he goes,
yeah.
I miss you. What are you doing on Tuesday evening after work? I want to take you to dinner.
I did that.
I'm
to
like,
my
I can
male
work with
friends.
that.
I did that to my male friends when they were pursuing a friend of mine, a female. I knew her mindset in and out because I knew the books she read. I knew her background and all that. I told them, listen, do A, B, C, and D. You're getting her. You're getting her.
Yeah, yeah.
They didn't do any of it. And then one day she just posted pictures of her, what you call that? The day the guy proposes.
The engagement.
The engagement. Yeah, she just
I
posted.
love that for her.
She just posted about that, and then I called her. What did he do? And then she just mentioned everything that I was telling those other guys, and I was like, well, it is what it
That
is.
could have
Only
been
listen.
you. Could have been
Only
you.
listen. Yeah. So like we operate like that now. Some of us have been back long enough, but I feel like I've also kind of read the environment, and I'm glad because I have a lot of guy friends, so I can spot a lot of nonsense. And even my guy friends, like when I meet a guy, I literally run this guy's profile as I see it
first
by my
date.
guy friends. And some of them will be like, let this one go. For example, the one I said I dated for 3 years, months into dating this dude, there was something he did. And I remember calling my friend. He came over to my house. We talked. And this dude was like, the guy I was dating now, he said we should meet up. So I was going there to break up with him.
Period.
Because my friend was like, this is not going to work out for you.
Yeah.
End this relationship, Lucy. You're going to be hurt. You're going to be stressed.
But do we listen?
Did I listen?
No.
No.
Let the emotions
But
take
then
control.
I let the emotions take control. I let this nigga,
This man.
I let this man spew his lies. And I was like, fine, we'll give it a go. So me being me, I go back and I'm telling this friend, I'm like, so we set ground rules. We say 1, 2, 3. And he looked at me. He's like,
Because he's a
I
man
kid you
too.
not. I saw him, today is what, Sunday. I saw him Thursday, I think, Friday. And I told him, I was like, I wish I'd listened to you. He looked at me and then he laughed. He's like, how many years later? Because it's like,
Had to shove it down your
because he's
throat,
also
yeah.
a diaspora baby. He came back,
Oh,
but
so
he
he
came
knew
back,
that,
as a married man with his family and everything. But then he still knows how men, he's like, listen, you know better.
Yeah.
You know better, So like on the dating scene, I'm like, I've learned kind of the nuances, but I also give time frames.
Yeah.
I give time frames. I'm like, 3 months in, if this guy is still, going Vizuri, I might consider.
Pursuing
saying a yes.
further.
I hope they're listening.
For me
But
personally,
like 1 month in and you're love bombing me.
I hate.
There
love
was one,
bombing.
every time I talked about him to my friend would be like, Lucy, red flags. The alarms are going off in my
I
head.
really hate love bombing
Because proper love bombing.
Yeah.
Proper love bombing.
It's the
This
worst.
guy would call me at all hours. I'm like, why are you video calling me? Like, text me. No, I'm guessing you're home right now. Yeah, I'm home. Video call. Why?
Lucy,
You're
I
so
always
What you trying to
say,
say?
The thing about
you wearing,
love is it wears off after about 3 months. Like after you meet
3
someone
months is
new.
a lot, man.
You see? 3 weeks, let's say most. It wears off.
Really?
So it's like a lot of people forget that love is actually a lot of work.
And it's a choice. Like, you have to make it every day.
Every day, yeah. Because we're not always going to love each other just because at the end of the day, we're two different people,
And it's not
with two
always going
different
to be
things.
butterflies and
Yeah,
all
and
that.
rainbows. So after this love wears off, that initial puppy love of, oh, we're going on dates. Oh my God, he texted me. you now have to start making the conscious decision to be like, I need to be consistent in this. I need to keep working on this. I need to keep showing up the way I did when I first did, even when I don't want to. And I think that's maybe a standard that sometimes Ghanaian women have set for themselves, because
That's
after
definitely
those
me. That was me.
because after those 3
Oh, boy.
weeks are over,
Yeah, that was
then
definitely
your
me.
true colors start showing, like, how are you going to talk to me after our first disagreement?
Yeah.
How are you going to treat me if I don't agree with something that maybe you think is important? Like, if we have differences in opinions and stuff, like, what's our conflict solving resolution? And I think that's something that a lot of people need to think about before they can even start thinking of, oh, yeah, I found this new girlfriend, I want to marry her.
But I feel like the
You
dating
know?
culture in TZ is it's too open in the sense that the there's this normalized behavior of multiple partners, because you're not married to me, you've not proposed, so I'm
Yeah.
open to having multiple partners.
I kind of support it. Low-key.
I
But the thing is,
I
ne,
struggle with
feel
that,
like,
but somehow I also kind of support
no, I
it.
do
Yeah.
support it. I'm not against it.
Yeah.
My thing is, when you have multiple partners, that's why I'm saying it's been normalized in the wrong context.
Okay.
Because dating is fine. But you're in a relationship where there's intimacy and all of that, and you have multiple partners.
Of course.
yeah.
That's cheating.
That is where now the
It's a
lines
mess.
get blurred.
Yeah.
And I found that in my experiences, we're dating, we are like completely exclusive and all of that. And when you bring up, why are you talking to this girl? Why are you going out with this girl? Why are you doing 1, 2, 3? Somebody be like, but we're not married. Yeah, but there's that emotional
Commitment.
connection. There's that intimacy and all of that.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
So I had to learn the hard way quickly that I need to differentiate from the get-go.
What do I
That-
want from this?
No, that I'm dating.
Yeah.
I go on dates. Oh no, I tell them.
Yeah.
Like I date.
Nice.
Until you actually make your intentions with me clear
Yeah.
and you're going to actually behave in the way that you want me to behave. Don't hold me to a double standard. You're
Don't
not
put
going
me
to
on
be
a
out there
pedestal
taking other girls on dates and waiting for me
to be the
on
perfect
Friday evening or
girlfriend.
Thursday evening when you decide to call me. Come back. That's when you're going to take me on dinner.
But diaspora man is pretty it's pretty difficult when you meet with someone who fits in the local narrative of behavior, who has to take you through all those left and right turns,
Right.
compared to that fellow diasporan girl who just comes in and she wants it, spot
Black and
blank,
white, this
clear,
is
and all
it.
that,
Yeah.
Because the way we are, for instance, I can't afford the time and all other resources, emotionally
Yeah.
and
Mental.
maybe mentally, maybe financially, I don't know, to be like dating a number of girls at once, and then I get to choose
tiring.
one,
Yeah.
I'll focus on one approach while I focus on my work.
Yeah.
Because I went outside with a purpose, and I came back knowing that so much has been invested in me, and I have to live up to the expectations.
Yeah.
So like right now, since COVID, I've been here for, I don't know, 5 years.
Yeah.
I've worked literally in 4 different industries, some big companies. And that requires a lot of focus and a lot of growth,
Yeah.
investment and effort. I just can't be dating 2
can't.
people at the same time.
True.
It's really
You know?
tiring. I don't
Yeah.
understand how
One
people
person
do
alone
it.
is exhausting.
Yo.
Exactly. Now, a person might think that you're not serious when you stop after a short period of time, but in reality is
You're battling
you
your
just
own
did not
things.
understand, what does this person want exactly. But you know what? At work, I understand exactly what my boss wants.
from me.
I understand exactly how I can make my money from A, B, C, and D. So I'm gonna be loyal to my certainties and just.
I think that's true. I think
Yeah.
a lot of people need to go into relationships, even if it's just dating, with certain standards from the very beginning. Like, hey,
Standards, yeah.
I know we're only just seeing each other for fun and stuff, but I would not want you to do some certain things. Those would make me uncomfortable,
Yeah.
like if we're dating,
Clear
then-
boundaries
yeah,
and-
clear boundaries. If we're dating, then it would make me uncomfortable if I knew that you were talking to somebody else in the same way, or something like that.
Exactly. Standards.
Yeah,
yes.
standards.
Enough of
But I
dating.
don't think we are
Yeah.
have
We
Our
don't
country
have
people,
that
our country people are
communication.
not bold enough to have such
That open
conversations.
and that sucks because it ruins a lot of relationships, you know. It ruins a lot of connections.
Where is your
It's
girlfriend from? Is she
maturity.
Tanzanian?
Oh boy. She's Tanzanian.
Diaspora Tanzanian or just local Tanzanian?
She a local Tanzanian. She was so she's one of those Tanzanians, you know, a Tanzanian whom you meet up with, and you wouldn't know whether or not they've been in the country until they actually tell you.
Yeah.
You know, maybe because of the type of schools they went to and all that. She's that type of Tanzanian.
All right.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah.
All right. So like of all the culture shocks that you're experiencing, how did you adapt? How did you navigate through that? From family, from the work setups.
Yeah. So okay, I'll start with work. With work, I learned quickly that again, Tanzanians are not proudly Tanzanian. So even in a work setting, you find that they get easily intimidated by someone who speaks fluently the working language. You know, somebody can literally feel like you are heading up for that position. You know, and you're not even thinking of that. You're just thinking of how can I make the best of what I'm doing.
How can I grow
I'm also a human being, exactly. I need to grow in this. I need to, and all that. I have responsibilities at home and those type of things. So people get easily intimidated, and the moment you make mistakes, that is when they may not clap their
We
hands
knew it.
overtly. Everyone is trying to be professional, but there's a sense in which that you thought you had friends, but you gotta. So I learned that in the workplace, I gotta
Boundaries between work people
Exactly.
and friends.
exactly
Can't be friends with coworkers.
Yeah. Even the outings and all that. Be careful of how open and friendly you make yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly. But surrounding yourself with like-minded people at work really, really helps. Someone who shares or knows your background and understands it, you can tend to lift each other up better.
I love my team. Just so you guys know, random declaration of love.
That's just for the camera.
And then in family, I learned to distance myself in terms of keeping away from things such as family feud and just things that that what my aunt said can get me into trouble with my uncle or my grandma, or something was said
the
about my
grandma.
dad or my mom and it was said by this relative.
You
and-
listen, you don't engage.
Yeah, exactly.
And honestly,
exactly.
same. Because you know what? People tend to forget that, we're one big happy family, but we're different individuals with different individual thinking, like I could think what I think is right, but you can think completely the opposite. And that's where like the friction comes in, and then now you start looking at each other differently, which I would really, really rather just...
Yep.
Do
And
y'all-
listen, I don't judge.
Yeah.
Do you all participate in family gossip?
I
No.
listen, I don't judge.
Exactly.
Because I have a little brother. I have a little brother who should have been a journalist, actually. That little guy, he should have been a journalist.
Knows everything about everyone at all times.
And I never even have to ask. He'll be like, Joanne, did you hear? And then, and I'm like, Kwanzaa, where were you when all of this was happening?
I have two relatives. Sure, there's probably more. But they said something similar.
Yeah.
Two different instances. One it was somewhere else. Another one, I'd visited a place. So they were like, you have all this great opportunities and work and all that because you speak well.
Yeah.
And the other person said the same thing too. And I was like, you have no idea.
That's only half of it.
Yeah.
I
Half
of
work
the
really
I did the
hard.
schooling.
Yeah.
I remember
Put in the work.
applying. Yeah, I remember telling myself that, okay, I'm going to put a minimum cap of how many jobs I'm going to apply to a day.
Yeah.
And if I apply to less than 10 jobs, I wouldn't feel so good.
Yeah.
So imagine doing that over 2 weeks. That's like
And you also
how
set
many? That's a lot
milestones
of-
for yourself,
set milestones,
Yeah.
Networked in uncomfortable.
Yeah. Like speaking
Environments.
is just an advantage, but
Yeah.
the work,
Family gossip
the
is...
work,
Interesting.
exactly.
It's
So
always interesting.
I'm
If
always
you're
here
not
when
the center
my mom or my
of
sister
the
calls me and I'm
gossip,
like, whoo, I do sound effects. I'm just there for the sound effects.
it's
like,
only
ooh,
good if it's
damn.
not about you.
No way.
It's not about you.
I do the sound effects. That's all. All right. I feel like we're
exhausted
good on
enough.
time. Not really, because I still have more dating questions, but I feel like you're being cagey.
Shady.
He's being very cagey.
You can ask if you can cut it out
He's
later.
doing PR answering right now.
He's scared his girlfriend might watch this. That's why.
We'll block her. Should we block her? We can block her if need be. No,
all
but it's
good, it's
okay,
all
man.
good,
This has
it's all
been fun. This has been fun. Thank you for making the time.
My pleasure.
Yeah,
My
I know
pleasure.
you're still a bit, you say jet lagged, tired, and all of that. Yeah, you need to go catch your beauty sleep.
I've been watching this
Very
program, by the way,
important.
so it's been nice. And I was like, definitely it would be nice to be a part of that.
Oh,
so
that's
thanks
good
for
to
inviting me.
hear.
Yeah.
Did
Thank you so much.
manifest
Yeah.
this?
He did. He
manifested
prayed it
it.
into reality. That's such a nice thing. Yeah. So thank you for joining us again.
Thank you. Thank you. My
We hope
pleasure.
to have more conversations with you in the future.
I look forward.
Yeah,
look
we still
forward.
do have proper dating episodes.
Yeah.
2 of them. I keep talking about them. Yeah.
They're
So we're
coming,
definitely
guys. They're
bringing you
coming.
back because, yeah.
It might be less PR next time.
Yeah,
so,
it has to be less PR.
We'll give you that.
It has to be less PR. So yeah, guys, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. We don't really have much today. Until next time, you guys continue listening, continue subscribing, continue commenting. We'll definitely get back to your questions, your queries, and your comments. And of course, follow and subscribe. I am your host, Lucinda.
Together with Joanne.
Bye.
Bye, guys.